Hello, and welcome to DobbsQuest Season 3, Episode 2. We're back with more adventures, excitement, and terrible rolls. It's all gonna go fantastic, I'm sure. Joining me today... Oh, cue music. Joining me today... Too loud. Is, as always, our three players... playing the part of the Elven Bard Serene, we have Daysnick.
Good evening.
As the sneaky thief Glain, we have GameCube.
Last episode did so well, we've been renewed for 8 seasons. Thank you so much.
And as the stalwart, shielded warrior Torgan, we have Turtle.
How's everybody liking these, like, Valentine's card style, pictures that I keep putting up on the Minecraft channel every week?
They're wonderful.
Lava, you get it?
I get it, because you're gonna fall into hot magma.
No! They're great. Thank you, Al.
You know, one idea I was playing with was occasionally when something bad is about to happen, some terrible roll has befallen the team, maybe throwing up a quick 1-minute poll in chat to let them decide who suffers the consequences.
Who's your favorite character?
I'll be dead in a week.
Yeah, a little chat interactivity. Yeah, who has to suffer for this failure? That really only makes sense for cases when it's a team role. If you fail in combat, you're the one suffering. But you know what? Sometimes there might be some auxiliary damage going on.
Dobbs is trying to kill us.
No. Let's not think that. Welcome everybody. This is DobbsQuest. We play a tabletop role-playing game called Iron Sworn. That is the name of the system. The basic premise, as with any tabletop role-playing game, is the players are going to make decisions, roll dice to see what happens, and then they're going to have to react to that, and the cycle continues forever. At least until that 8-season contract expires. The sword. All right, so last we left off, we got a little bit of our feet wet on season 1 and what is happening with that. The general idea of the overarching plot is you guys are traveling across the Ironlands looking for these old runes, the mana springs. These are sort of the way that magic travels into the Ironlands in a maintained flux. However, something has gone wrong. Capital G, capital W. Some of them are in ruins, and this has led to bad things. Capital B, capital T. You guys' plan over the course of the remaining seasons is to locate enough of the intact mana springs to understand the full runes required to be inscribed to create one yourself, thus restoring balance to the Ironlands, hopefully. Problem is, they are in particularly hard to access places. Or until everyone dies, yes. Last season took you guys into the barren Ashenlands, place of oppressive heat, dryness, and general bad times all around, until the climactic battle, basically in a mountain volcano-y kind of thing. You know what? The magma falling in was more likely to happen then than now. Because now you guys are heading towards the Shattered Wastes, a land of broken ice and frozen tundra. Your first stop, which you set out for last time, is Frosthaven. This is one of the very few settlements located out here towards the Shattered Wastes. You have with you your trusted companions, Lucia and George, who you met in Season 2. And you have gained a new friend based on some random rolls. Sadia, a forester and some sort of mystic in a sense. The roles led us to her being kind of a druidy sort of character. She speaks for the trees. She is on a mission to head towards Frosthaven because there is something going on, and the trees, according to Sadia, the trees are in distress. And so she's going to figure out what's going on with that. And we found that Lucia does not really like her. That's about as much character development as we got for Sadia. Hey, and you know what? That may be all we need, because she might die this episode. We don't know. So let's get going. You guys are halfway to Frosthaven, the marker right up there indicating your current progress on this journey. 5 of 10 ticks. So now we get to... Thank you very much. Incredible. You know, I'm just gonna let it go. You know what? Actually, speaking of, I probably need to make it so that Monday night. You know what? I don't remember what I did with that. The soundboard is probably working as intended. For progress to be made on this journey to Frosthaven, you guys are going to need to roll to undertake a journey for when you travel across hazardous or unfamiliar lands. We already have the rank of this journey. It is formidable. And so next we need to know, okay, so is this going to be successful or not? So someone needs to act as the Wayfinder. And whoever it is will be rolling based on their wits.
Usually Serene.
Usually Serene. But anyone can make the roll. Just remember, if you fail, you're going straight into lava.
I'm staying away from it then.
Chat has voted for me.
Chat is
I
now
happen
voting.
to be
Oh
closest to the reins.
no. Oh no, there's disembodied voices as now a new character.
Well, the look sounds like Lane's up.
All right. There you go. That's all it takes. Glane is witty enough. He's got a wit score of 2. So we are going to give him a +2 on this roll, and here we go. We've got... All right, you rolled a 4. You get 2 on top of that for your wits, for a 6. You beat the 5, but you tied the 6. So that is a weak hit. On a weak hit... you do reach a waypoint, yes, but you lose out on a little bit of supply, indicating that the journey is taking a little bit of a toll on how much you guys have to go around. There, okay, it did update correctly. OBS does a thing sometimes with browser sources, I've found. Okay, but the important thing is you guys did progress. You are making progress on your journey. So you now have 6 out of 10 steps. Where are we next, though? That is the question. Where are we? So we are going to roll on the Oracle. And find that you are on... Well, we know you're on a caravan. Foothills. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So, the midway of the journey found you guys atop a sort of overlooking ridge, where you guys finally made your way over some of the mountains that had been kind of boxing you in for most of the journey. And now, as you crest that final ridge, there's a vast expanse ahead of you. These are low-lying hills, and they are well dusted with snow and ice. Trees are still visible in this area. It is not like a barren landscape this far north, but it is definitely more sparse than the previous leg of your journey. Your caravan follows a small winding path down the mountains, and you finally, after much journeying vertically, begin the next horizontal phase of your journey, and travel through these sort of rising and falling foothills in the shadow of this large cliff that you were just on top of. Night is coming. The stars are especially brilliant, and the cold is especially biting.
Is there any way for us to get any supplies? Like, is there a river, stream?
Let's see here. All right. So, I mean, this area is lower than the hills, so, rain, melting snow, it's got to go somewhere. So there's a chance that there's, some area nearby that, supports at least a little bit of local fauna for you guys to grab a little bit of meat for the journey. As you have been noticing, as the journey progresses, your supplies are starting to dwindle. Nothing to be completely concerned about, but others in the caravan are taking notice. Every time that it's that you stop for a meal, and the next bit of rations are doled out, there is a sort of unspoken but well-known fact here that this doesn't seem like as much as last time, and I can't help but noticing how light the barrels have been, etc., etc.
Yeah, we did pick up an extra mouth to feed.
That's true. That's true. You guys have more people than you expected for the journey now.
Just the one, but yeah, I can make a resupply roll. I can attempt that.
Let's see what we've got here. Torgan's question was like, is there anywhere around here that seems reasonable for that? Let's actually consult the Oracle on that. So we're gonna say it's, we're in the shadow of a mountain, but we're not guaranteeing it. We're gonna say it's pretty likely. So we're gonna say on a 26 or above on a D100 that there's some areas near here that you can use for resupply, but 25 or less, and this area does not really look great for this. So we got a 75, we're good. So you may roll to resupply in this area. There are some small little trickling streams, kind of these thin tendril waterfalls coming off of the cliff. Not in great torrents, but just a small trickle down the rock side. And as it collects towards these low-lying foothills, they kind of all tribute towards a small stream that is formed here, flying to some lowland within the hills. So, Serene will be able to make a resupply roll. And also, Serene has a little bonus on that. Because she is an archer, she actually gets a little bit of a bonus. You do have this one, right? You do have this asset, right? Yeah, she's got Archer 3. When taking a resupply roll, by hunting specifically, +1 on the roll and +1 momentum if you manage to make a hit.
She's going to be trying to shoot fish as they fall off the waterfall.
Sure.
Well, probably more like tying a string to an arrow and doing some improvised spearfishing. But
There's a surprising pile of dead tropical fish at the base of the wall. All right. So this is going to be a wits roll. Serene, particularly witty, with a wits 3, and she gets an extra bonus for her archer talent. Let's see what we get. Ooh, that 9. That's rough. Okay. That is a weak hit, and because of your archer talent, you gain 1 momentum for getting a hit. Doesn't matter if it's a weak hit or a strong hit, which brings you up to a nice, cool 9 on momentum. And the other thing to note is on a weak hit, you can take up to 2 supply, but each one costs you a momentum. So it's up to you how you want to swing this. You got a small bonus here in 1 freebie momentum. and now you have the opportunity to buy supply with those points.
I will spend 2 momentum for 2 supply. 7's still pretty good.
Yeah, it is. And for topping off supply, that's actually probably a good maneuver. So, Serene goes hunting, bringing along anyone for, I don't know, plot scene purposes.
The wagon master's getting really annoyed with George, so I'm gonna take him along with me just so that the guy doesn't bop him over the head with a cudgel. I'm used to his brand of annoying at this point.
George is,
budding love interest there.
Oh, yes. Wait, between who? The wagon master and George?
Now, Serene's probably going to end up flirting with Lucia if that ever comes up.
Yeah, George and the wagon master have a very Abbott and Costello kind of thing going on. Very nice GQ. All right.
I want to make camp while they're doing that.
You're going to make camp. You know what? That sounds like a good idea.
Dark.
Oh, you know what? This is a perfect time to make camp because you've got 5 supply, and this is not based on wits or heart or anything like that. It is just a supply roll for a nice +5. So that means, it's an everybody roll. So we're going to see if you guys can heal up for the night. So let's see. You guys... Oh, easily.
Yay!
Easily. So... First off, you guys get to choose 2 of these items. I'm assuming everyone's going to go for health.
Storyteller ability?
Storyteller ability is not going to help you. Not mechanically, at least. So what that allows is that when you... So you've got Storyweaver 2. When you choose to relax... in addition to the +1 spirit, you may take more spirit or momentum. The thing is, you're actually topped out on spirit right now. Everyone is. You guys are actually in a very good situation right now, morale-wise. So there wouldn't be any mechanical bonus there. However, you have the options right now. The main ones are 1 health, 1 momentum, or +1 on the next journey roll. You guys each get to choose 2 of those.
And only one of us needs to take health because it's for you and all the companions.
Companions, not allies.
Yeah.
So that is terrible wording on these rules parts. Companions would be like your trusty wolf buddy or something. Your animal companion.
We haven't brought up my talking sword this season.
Yeah, it's true. You have a haunted sword.
My talking sword needs some
Talking?
health. Well, communicating.
It's more of you just
It
kind of
whispers in his
feel,
brain.
You feel things from it.
Like that tiger sword from Power Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
It's like telepathic.
It's exactly
connection.
like that.
The ghost is whispering in his ears.
I would like a health and a momentum, personally.
That makes sense. All right. So we're going with the health and a momentum. Bring you up to 7 momentum.
Same for me.
Put you in a nice, safe place there. And Serene?
The dice are being too... I will take momentum and the +1 on the Undertaker journey roll, please.
That seems like a very, very good move. That extra +1 on the bonus.
I shouldn't be in melee. I'm not supposed to be in melee. So I'll risk not taking the health.
Enemies have a way of closing the gap.
They do. But that's why I have this guy with a shield and this other sneaky guy that's supposed to be their job.
Yeah,
A
keep close to
snail?
them. Yes, with a snail.
I also have this annoying 18-year-old that with a sling who has become my puppy dog. He's supposed to be useful for that too.
He's very useful.
Meat shield.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And he speaks in a very believable British accent.
This isn't even the child we've yeeted.
That's true. That was a completely separate child.
I wonder if we're going to run into that child at some point.
Some say
related.
he's still flying through the air to this day. All right. Following day, it's time for the next leg of the journey. And there will be an additional bonus on this roll for whoever does make it. So who is going to be heading up, helping to find the path to the next waypoint?
That'll be me.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. Serene with a +4 on this roll, which is very nice. Not nice enough!
Oh,
Ouch!
There's almost nothing I can do about that.
Good lord.
I could make it. I don't want to waste momentum on this.
what could go wrong?
Everything.
Okay. So, Serene rolls a natural 1 on a d6. Not unusual. It's only got 6 sides. Bound to happen a lot. But even with a +4, putting that up to a 5, nothing beats the 10, and she ties the other challenge die, the 5 there, for a flat-out miss. So, on a miss for Undertake a Journey, no progress is made. Instead, you pay the price. Oh, all right. So, we're going to rewind ever so slightly. Camping, the campsite is set. You guys have settled down for the night. We're taking watch. And so you guys have kind of, you're taking shifts to determine, who's, everybody's going to be watching at some point. And you know what? It's somebody's watch during the night. Usually we just roll a d3. But we're going to make it a little bit more interesting. So, it is late. The stars are twinkling bright in a clear, cloudless sky. No moon is up tonight, but the stars are brighter than you've seen in some time. And looking out, you see these occasional these bright green flashes of light shooting by in the sky. These shooting stars, it's clear as day. It's a beautiful sight as you're keeping watch over the campsite. The trees are still. A light snowfall is currently happening. Just a flurry, just a slight limit of visibility. All right, who is abusing the channel points? Oh, actually it tells me.
I was voting for myself.
Nice.
You already knew, Dobbs.
I mean, I guess I should have. And Serena's watching these shooting stars go by, but keeping a close ear out amongst the trees, the woods, these tall, old-growth evergreen trees that are dotting the area. The campfire's just a smoldering ghost of its former self, but Serene's keeping it stoked for warmth because it's very cold out. And then a sound, maybe not. Perhaps just Serene's sixth sense. But her attention is drawn to the trees. She kind of scans the horizon, doubting her senses at first. Not sure if she saw something or is just making it up in her head. But out of caution, she does reach for her bow, make sure it's strung and ready, and looks out again, closely paying attention to the trees. And then, from out of the trees, very abruptly, and very surprising for how quiet it was beforehand, this massive hulking figure emerges, running straight towards the campsite. This horrible figure lumbering with a just guttural growl. There's a monster coming towards you, and Serene, it's not. You may not process the words immediately, but that's a troll. You've seen them before. They are big and they are mean.
I should have been able to smell it coming. Maybe that's what it was.
That's probably why you knew something was coming.
It's like, do you smell that?
Yeah, but it's gibberish speech comes forth as a garbled roar, and perhaps you're in its area. Maybe it's territorial. Either way, it's coming right towards you.
Well, it's a good time to raise the alarm and put an arrow in it.
All right. Serene immediately calls attention to the camp that they're under attack. A monster's heading towards us. Troll at the caravan. And Serene, you are prepared to to engage. So you're gonna need to enter the fray.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go ahead and pull my mask on.
Ooh, masked up. All right. Serene dons her traditional elven mask, made of a mythical type of material, thunderwood, which grants her finer attunement to her elven dexterity. So she has a +1 on edge-based rolls while wearing it, but suffers greatly if she rolls a natural 1 for an edge roll. So don't do that, if you can help it.
Yeah, there's a 1 in 6 chance that it goes poorly.
True.
But you don't let us roll anymore. You push the buttons.
I
so
push the
it's out
buttons.
of my hands.
Yeah, exactly. You just make the choice on what you want to do, and
So
then the
it's your
computer
fault.
tells us. Yes, exactly. All right, so what are we going to do here? Entering the fray. You are going to be facing off against your foe, basically head on in entering the fray, which does put you at a disadvantage because heart is not your strong suit. You only get a +2 on this. All right, Serene enters the fray. Ooh,
Oh.
That's not good.
Ooh.
You have an option here.
I don't think she does.
She's sitting on 8 momentum.
Yeah, I think that's the only option.
Did the momentum get away from the mask penalty?
Ooh.
It's
I'm gonna have
a
to
miss, a match, and a 1.
Well, our house rule is that we kind of disregard matches if you overrule them with a with momentum.
If you beat it, then the match is a good thing.
Well, yes, but we don't do that. Well, not necessarily. It's just a change in the situation. Let's see here. Okay. Burning momentum does not bump your roll up. It actually just deletes the challenge die. It deletes any D10 that are less than the value. That is the exact wording of burning momentum. Is it's not changing your action roll, it's changing the challenge dice by removing some of them. So, and Serene, you are, I don't know, muted maybe? I haven't heard from you.
I'm just quiet.
Okay. So if you burn momentum, you will have a strong hit. You will still have the natural... Well, the natural 1 doesn't count. It's not an edge roll. So we don't even worry about that. So basically, it would just be a strong hit. But it will not be a match.
Or it will be a mismatch.
Oh. So that is...
Yeah, let's go ahead and use it.
Okay.
That's what it's for.
That's what it's for. That's right. If it gets to 10, you've waited too long to use it. All right, so that is the burning momentum mechanic. Serene's momentum drops from 8 back to 2, the reset value. And what she gains by spending it is that she did not miss. It was a strong hit, after all. You must have been mistaken, sorely mistaken. So on a strong hit, take 2 momentum, and you have initiative. So you get a bit of a rebate there, and you're actually at 4, and you have momentum. Or
That's part of why I
initiative.
made that choice.
Good reasoning. So you actually have the momentum or the initiative here. You're putting the combat where you want it. You're kind of directing where this battle is heading. And I imagine it's heading to an arrow straight into this troll's head.
Yes.
So if you are planning on striking, you have the opportunity to, of course, secure an advantage first. There's always a risk with any roll. But you do have an extra advantage if you want to take time to aim.
I'm going to be using my wits. I get +2 momentum on a strong hit.
All right. So, you are going to secure an advantage by taking a moment to aim. You are trusting your instincts. You will get an extra +1 on this wits roll to secure an advantage. And if it's a strong hit, you still get to make the strike, but also you're just going to kind of gain some extra momentum as part of it. So since this is a wits roll, it's normally +3. It'll be +4 because of your extra archer talent. And it is a weak hit, which means you don't get the extra +2 momentum bonus. However, you still successfully secured an advantage. You have a short-lived advantage here that nets you a momentum. So describe to us what advantage are you getting here? You're getting a quick leg up on this troll before you strike. You're aiming, targeting.
I'm going... So, when, it broke the tree line, I had the fire behind me, so my eyes were still dark adjusted. So it's coming at me. It can only see my outline. Because the fire's behind me, so it can't see me clearly.
Oh, very nice.
So I'm going to drop down and duck and roll to the side so that the fire, so that it doesn't have light behind me. So it doesn't necessarily disorient it, but it gives me an advantage in that it can't see me clearly. I'm in a kneeling position now, amongst all of these lumps of equipment and people, which gives me the semblance of cover.
Mm-hmm. But this troll doesn't even really get a chance to react to you because it just can't keep track of where you just went. It's just seeing fire right now.
And everybody's starting to stir because, I have raised the alarm, so there's a lot of movement, and I get a clear shot straight into its, upper torso.
Perfect. All right. And for edge, you have normally an edge value of 2, but you're wearing your mask, so 3 for this strike. Here we go. A natural 6 +3. That is, in fact, a strong hit.
Woo!
So not only do you land 2 harm, you get an additional harm for the strong hit, and you retain the initiative. But at this point, the alarm has been sounded. People are rustling. They are, getting to arms or running for cover. In the case of Glane, Torgan, who is first to arrive to assist here?
Actually, got some story bits to drop here.
Oh.
I'm going to be the quickest to wake up because I was already kind of half awake. I have not been able to sleep because I've been separated from Gary for a very long time. And so my thoughts are keeping me with that and not able to go to sleep. So I was already I was basically able to spring right up and wake up.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. So Glane is already prepared to fight. So let's see what he can do here. So you want to enter the fray?
This thing is bigger, like at least twice as big as a person, right?
It's pretty big. This guy is, let's see here.
Like standing equal to us. We're not looking it in the eyes. We're looking at its knees or something.
Yeah. So let's see here. They would be much taller than human height, but with there's this sort of hunch as they move through the trees. So it's tough to
Okay.
get a read on their exact height. But this thing is pretty big.
We are outside and in the dark, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I kind of do like a forward roll out of my little makeshift bed that we put together.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of duck through the bushes. I want to kind of jump up onto a sturdy branch to kind of swing on it. So I can jump right up to face level and use my light bearer ability right in its eyes.
So it sounds like you would like to secure an advantage here.
But I'm trying to blind it and damage it because it's currently a dark dwelling foe.
That's a perfect point. So right now, it sounds like what you would like to do is use a little bit of your +2 edge to gain an advantage in this situation. Moving with speed and agility, you're getting up on this tree branch to gain some height to get just the perfect positioning. So we're gonna see if you manage to get into position so that you can in turn enter the fray.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Ooh. Don't want to spoil anything. So we got a 2 + 2 against an 8 and 9.
That branch just break when I tried to.
So let's see here. Your momentum's not going to cover that, by the way.
Yeah, no.
That wasn't a branch, it was the snake.
Oh no. That would be awful.
A very stiff snake for a moment.
Let's see. On a miss, either you fail or your assumptions betray you. So let's see here. You mentioned your plan was use your light bearer ability. Sort of a ritual where that, if anybody hasn't seen season 1, DobbsQuest, Glane once an entity of dark is now an entity of light. He had a heel face turn, and now has this slight bit of magical ability. This is not big flashy magic, but the ability to sort of create some light. And he has that ability that he can use against a dark dwelling foe. Let's see here. I would say your assumptions betray you. Thank you for whoever did that. I assume Germ does. So you plan on using your light to strike this foe. However, it seems like this creature does not solely stick to light places. And so, although you prepare this beam of light to kind of try to blind or otherwise disorient the creature, it does. I will allow this to temporarily maybe distract for someone else, but it does not act as a strike.
Does it take my light track?
It will take
Yeah.
just one.
All right, I'll take the distraction.
All right. So with that we will attempt a distraction. But that is the failure, is you burn it but didn't get the strike. So we're going to attempt to secure an advantage with your expertise, your ability to bear light. Hi, Hudson. And so we are going to roll a secured advantage with a +2 from Glane. Okay. So, wow. How you doing against those 8s and 9s and 10s?
Woof.
All right. All right, that's 2 failures in a row. That means things are going to start to actually... It's not just like, it didn't quite work out how you planned. Now it's like, okay, something bad happened.
I am sleep deprived.
You are, yeah. You haven't been sleeping well these past few nights. Okay. Yeah, you shine this light in the troll's face, hoping to injure it, finding that it doesn't injure it, hoping instead to maybe distract it a bit. And yeah, you kind of do, in that you are now the target. And basically, this troll just rears back with one of these long, like unnaturally long arms and just slams into you with all its weight. Maybe on just instinct of bright light, smack like a bug out of the sky. And Glane, you get slung off to the side. Let's see if you can endure against that damage. But you take a pretty brutal bruise there. This is a formidable foe, meaning that it's going to detract 3 health. However, you have the ability to endure. When you face physical damage, suffer health equal to the foe's rank. If your health is 0, nope, it's not. Then roll health or iron, whichever is higher. In this case, it's going to be a 2 either way. So here we go. A weak hit. Press on, no change. You sit at... Gosh, another 10. You sit at 2 health right there. And I will rule that, yeah, you entered the fray. And you don't have initiative. But wait, who's this stepping just into the spotlight of the scene as we watch Glane fly overhead and then tumble across the snowy ground?
Introducing
Torgen as Lurking Turtle Gate.
I'm going to start by hindering myself.
Oh.
I can't imagine I'm geared for war at this point, as I was asleep.
That's a... Well, I mean, I get where you're coming from there.
So I'm going to have to hinder myself on that one.
All right, we're going to swap you to lightly armored.
Sad.
Wouldn't a turtle sleep in his shell?
You are the turtle warrior.
Oh, he's a horse.
Right. Horses don't sleep in their shells.
I think that's why I initially pointed that asset out as shield bearer. It's because, like, you'd be a turtle warrior.
Yeah. I...
Turtle warrior, and then we made him a horse.
Yeah, weird how that happens.
So do I.
And he fought a snail.
I hear a bunch of noise outside, and I'm going to go out and see what's going on. And I see a bunch of people just flying around in circles, so I'm going to enter the fray.
You see a lovely shooting star, and then there goes Glane as well. All right, entering the fray.
Without even asking any questions, I'm just going to enter the fray.
That's how you do it. You draw your sword. Face off against your foe with heart. Torgen is full of hearts. And he has a 1.
My God.
I
win!
It's...
Did I fly into him?
all things in balance.
Thanks,
what?
Al.
Yes. Good suggestion, GQ. Torgen, you are struck by your comrade, Glane. And the two of you fall to the ground. You begin at a disadvantage, being under Glane, and do not have initiative.
Here, catch.
This is going great.
Meanwhile, Serene, who is
Good catch, Torgan.
handling things fine, you know, by
Running
keeping
out
her
of boys
distance.
to put things between her and enemies.
Yeah, she's running out of meat shields here. But she still has initiative, so she can still deal some damage here. Serene, what do you do here? You just saw Glane and Torgan come to assist, and both get absolutely clobbered.
I'm gonna make a sarcastic remark about good catch, Torgan, and while putting another arrow in this charging troll, I'm going to keep moving so that it can't pinpoint me, even though it's probably mostly focused on the boys right now.
Right, still trying to backpedal a bit, keep your distance, while still trying to kind of find that sweet spot with your bow.
We'll start with the archer ability to take aim.
All right, so you're going to be trying to secure an advantage again. Extra rolls in the mix, a risky maneuver. Will you be lining up your shot or trusting your instincts?
Instincts.
All right, so again, going for that 2 if you can just manage that strong hit instead of a weak hit. All right, securing an advantage. 2, 3. No, wait, wits. 3, 4.
Wits is always safer than edge when I have the option.
Yeah. So let's see here. Doing a securing advantage with an additional +1, so 4. Here we go. Cannot get over those 10s. So you still can't get that strong hit for the securing advantage. So no extra bonuses.
4 10s in a row.
I know. I mean, we've seen 5, I think. But you still do gain a bit of momentum.
Rigged.
And now you have the opportunity to strike, not clash, because you still have the initiative. If you can get... Well, no, strong hit won't be enough. Well, you still got the opportunity to attempt to end the fight after a strong hit, but, you know. Well, hang on now. You might have some options here. Looking over your assets. You still have Poison Expert.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I have I have a whole quiver of poison arrows that would be real good to pull out right about now.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
I'm talking my way out of this one.
You're not going to heart your way through it.
No.
So if you choose to strike a foe with a poisoned arrow, it's an extra +2 harm on a hit. So currently you're doing 3 harm on a strong hit, 2 on a weak hit. You can get an extra 2, which would put him at a strong hit. That would only put him at 8. So, I don't know. What do you choose to do?
We're gonna put a poison arrow in him.
All right. I am deducting 1 poison arrow from your track. You're now at 4 of 5. All right, the arrow is knocked, and you are preparing to strike with edge. So that will be 3 in your masked state. Fingers crossed, accounting for wind, resistance from snowfall, and fire. All right. The arrow flies, striking the troll. Not quite where you were going for. It lands in one of his massive, oversized arms. But the poison seems to be slowing him down a bit. As soon as it strikes, he takes note of it. Kind of the extra sting of that pain there, which is going to be worth not just 2, but 4 harm. Whoops, that was... There we go, +4 harm. However, as you continue backpedaling to maintain your distance, you tumble back over a knobbly tree root as you're working your way back through into the evergreens, and lose your footing for a bit. taking your eye off the troll long enough for it to get the upper hand, as it kind of locks down on the source of all of those little stinging pains that it's been feeling, and it begins heading your way.
Boys, are you through cuddling yet?
Could use some backup.
Torgan pushes me off of him because he needs me to move before he can move, and I kind of stumble forward and I see the troll.
Mm-hmm.
What's the situation where he's standing? Like, what's he standing on? Like, what's the scene?
He is walking across rather quickly, just over this. You guys have just been kind of going along on this sort of dirt and packed rock ground. Recap:
Okay.
things bad. Yes.
This troll, does he have like a big beard or anything? Is he one of those?
Is he bearded?
Is he furry? Is he a furry boy?
Not particularly.
Okay. This is kind of going to be a desperation because I'm scrambling. He pushes me forward off of him, and I kind of find myself near the fireplace, the campfire that she mentioned.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of grab a log that there's one that I can pick up, and I just kind of wing it at him. I would have been aiming for grass or a beard so that something could catch, but I'm really just trying to hit him with something scary.
Chuck it at him. Hope to grab a moment of time for Serene.
Yeah, different kind of light bearing.
Yeah, there you go. Oh no. All right, let's see what you can pull off here. All right, so this is going to be kind of a precision-based throw here. So we're going to give you your edge roll. So you quickly find some of this these hot branches and limbs in the fire. You find one that's kind of sticking out enough where it's still burning on one end, and you can grab the other, and you just reach for it and grab it and throw it as fast as you can, because you really don't want to be holding on to that. And okay, you succeed.
God.
Those tins. You can't get away from them. All right, so good news. Yes, you do distract the troll, if only for a moment. Serene, you are netted 1 momentum by Glaine's aid another attempt there. He secures you a slight advantage. You're at 7. Not something that you're going to be, able to rely on for a strong hit, but it gives you something. All right. So the troll is momentarily distracted. It buys Serene a little bit of time. Serene, you've got a small window here. What do you want to do? Or Torgan, do you want to step in and do anything here?
Serene, do you? It's up to you. If you had a plan,
I can I'm going to switch back to regular arrows.
Okay.
And see if I can put another arrow in him.
All right. You don't have time to aim in this instance. You're already kind of pinned down a bit.
And hopefully, these other people we're traveling with will get their act together at some point.
If you want to pull them into the scene, that will be probably a secure and advantage roll.
What's my puppy dog doing? Where's George?
Where's that meat shield?
Yeah, George, get out here. If you want George, you can use George as secure and advantage. Kind of a loyalty courage roll for you. To kind of have him, show up in the nick of time to again distract so that you can kind of land a shot. Yay, nay?
It's the worst that could happen. He dies.
That's our motto.
It's the worst that can happen. Everything.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and leverage our sling user. Let's
All
have
right.
him put let's have him put a rock in or something in
Yeah.
this guy.
All right. Ooh, again, it's you know what? This adds up. This adds up over time. All right. So back from the wagons, you hear this lovable oaf, unmistakably British-inspired Ironsworn accent coming out, echoing out from near the campfire. Oh, you! That's what he sounds like all the time. And a single stone bullet from his sling zips through the air, kind of ricocheting off the back of the troll's meaty skull. Again, it doesn't seem to do much damage to the troll, but he's kind of being pelted by, flaming logs and rocks, and it's buying you time. So you gain 1 momentum, a short-lived advantage. Oh, I'm an NPC. It's a voice. All right. So Serene, you've been given enough time to clash with your foe.
Mm-hmm.
Your foe has initiative. You exchange a volley at range. Roll with edge for a +3, but that's it. If your secure an advantage had been a strong hit, you'd actually get a +4 instead of the momentum. But this is still something. And you need a strong hit to end the fight. The fight does not end without a strong hit. Whether that's through a good roll or burning momentum. Either way.
Well, that's never going to happen, so here we go.
Oh!
Oh!
A match.
A match.
So it's a match and it's a strong hit. So not only is the troll dead.
Well.
No, we have the option. We have the option of killing it with this in this situation. So it should be at, I believe, max damage now.
Yes.
So it is at max damage. It currently has a arrow sticking out of its eye socket.
Ooh.
And it kind of turned its head to look at George, gave me a good shot.
Yeah, makes sense.
So let's go ahead and roll to end the fight. And let's bank that match for a second.
Oh, all right. I mean, I got ideas, but I'm interested. All right, here we go. We're going to roll progress against a 10, which means it's very likely that the troll is dead and you win. But there's been a lot of 10s rolling around. So let's see what happens. And we've got a 10 against, 4 and 8. You're fine. All right. The fight is ended. No longer in the fight. Killed. Out of action. Surrender as appropriate. It's dead.
I was never worried. Not for a second.
Yeah, of course.
I would like to use my veteran ability,
Mhm.
because I think that troll might have something I want.
Immediately.
Well, hold on. So
Loot the
Serene...
body.
Didn't you loot the last troll? You looted and got a necklace, right?
Ooh.
Or was that the wolf? I don't remember.
Didn't he loot something and get fish rot or something?
I looted a spider and got some kind of
Poison.
bad stuff for
Serene had something.
No, the fish rot came
she
from me
was
getting
talking
dragged
about
under the sea.
with the match.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Ever the opportunist.
Serene, what was your idea on the match there?
Well, trolls are a product of their environment, so you can tell a lot about. They're an apex predator, so to speak. And you can tell a lot about the environment and kind of the health of an ecosystem by evaluating your apex predators. So, before Clayne gets carried away with looting and starts hacking off pieces,
As he does.
and like he's known to do, I'm gonna send George to go fetch our druid lady, whose name I can't remember. And
Sadia.
Sadia and I are going to evaluate this troll for information. And does it have anything interesting on it that it's picked up? They are known to be prone to collecting shiny things. is it well fed? Is it underfed? Is there a lot of wildlife in this area? Maybe not. We're just gonna see what we can, as naturalists, or at least of experienced, kind of woods people, what we can discern from the state of things.
She's really dancing around saying she's going to look through its poop.
Ooh.
No, Sadia can do that. Serene's a little hesitant.
So I would say, to make the match matchier, Sadia was already there. She was in a tree watching. And she just kind of plops down onto the troll from above as though nothing happened and kind of looks around like a feral child. The trees have much to say about this one. George putting away a sling, Lucia walking up. I don't like her. I don't like her at all.
Blaine discreetly puts his hand on the handle of one of his daggers.
Serene's going to put her arm around Lucia's shoulders and kind of hug her a little bit, and she's like, we only have to put up with her for a little while longer. It'll be fine.
This is the worst character ever.
Well, you guys saved her, so you're stuck with her.
We're gonna leave her in the next town, don't worry.
Yeah. So we need to ask the Oracle. Hello? Alright. So we need an action and a theme, would probably be appropriate, as to what is the nature of what you can learn from this troll. Let's see here. We have Health Falter. Yeah, it's dead.
Something has killed this thing.
Something has killed it. Interesting. Yes.
Maybe there's some symptoms of blight, or maybe we can see that it's sickly.
As you mentioned, sort of apex predator, kind of, the circle of life and everything. If something is wrong with the trees, it's going to work its way back up the food train. The food train, choo-choo. Here we go.
Food chain.
The food.
Can you tell I'm a scientist? Does that come across?
So let's see here. Let's see.
My name is Serene. I speak for the trolls.
Hype chain, yes. It seems like whatever Sadia was talking about some kind of disease among the trees, there is likely some kernel of truth in there. The exact details aren't super well known at this point, but it seems like a lot.
So the environment, and like this is a reflection that the sickness has reached this far south, and there's definitely something wrong. So what do we call knowledge checks again? Gather information?
Yes.
So, based on things Serene knows as a well-traveled and well-educated person,
right?
And knowing she has a little bit of spidey senses with the magics,
right?
And also knowing she is a healer and has some insight in that way as well, and these kind of coalescing factors. Is there any information she can gather in addition to to kind of add body or detail to Sadia's ramblings?
Well, let's try to conduct a little investigation here. Gather information. Rolling with wits. Have you removed your mask, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, I figured. Alright, Serene's gonna check out what's going on here. Information that complicates your quest or introduces a new danger. Envision.
Well, that's actually kind of what we want. We want information about the complicating of the disease.
Exactly. Let's see here. Let's roll on an action theme. I do not like the layout of this particular Oracle setup, but it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I just want to roll dice. You know what? I can roll dice. We have that ability. We have the technology. Give me a pair of D100s. 77, 42. And then give me my rule book. 77, 42. Uh-huh. 42. Remove balance.
That makes it sound like the magic is out of whack and the spidey senses are picking up something.
It would make sense. Something is screwing stuff up around here. And just mostly, okay, so you're mostly basing this off your previous experience with the other Mana Spring areas. In the Northwoods, the functional Mana Spring created an environment where the trees were massive, thriving, healthy things. In the Ashenlands, the once verdant plains there were turned into a dry and barren wasteland. From what you can understand, the Mana Springs provide some sort of boost to the ecology in an area. Though once that goes haywire, it seems to reduce the effect, or reverse the effect. It's a possibility that what you're seeing here, both from Sadia's descriptions of what the trees are feeling, as well as kind of what you're seeing from the troll, kind of venturing against a well-numbered caravan, one against many. That's not a typically winning fight. It's got to be getting desperate or something.
It can count its ribs.
Yeah, the local ecology is out of whack. There's a good chance something is going on with the Mana Spring either very recently or right now.
So Serene's going to kind of fall back, and she's going to tap Lucia on the shoulder and motion for her to follow her, and she's going to kind of give the boys the "we need to talk" look, and kind of fall back to a waiting point.
You give them the secret hand sign.
I have time to rummage real quick.
Yeah, you'll keep us waiting. We're used to it.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. All right. Classic Glane. Veteran 3. When you resupply by looting the dead on a field of battle, add 1, get 1 momentum on a hit. So you're making a resupply roll, huh?
He's a vulture.
Yep.
Well, all
I
right.
have full supply.
You have
But
full supply.
I might pick up a unique item from this thing that comes into play later.
There you go. You might also get a miss and pay the price. Worth the
try to-
risk, right?
Get an advantage or whatever on a future situation.
Yeah. Well,
Let's get those 10s out of here.
all right, here we go. Rolling wits. Glane has a 2 on wits. Both of his brain cells represented here. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. A natural 1 against a 9 and a 10.
I hate this game.
Did he try to pull the poisoned arrow out of the troll and nick himself with it?
I love the idea. Jeez. All right, Glane, who is already injured from the fight.
Oh no!
Jeez. All right. I need you to face danger. Let's see if you can avoid poisoning yourself here. Jeez. How does this happen? I mean, we know how it
If he dies,
happens.
he becomes George. That's all I'm saying.
All right. You successfully avoid poisoning yourself with the poison arrow.
Great.
Great. Congratulations.
I don't get any other bonuses of
No.
anything.
No. Get those
You
out of here.
receive nothing, and you're dumber for
You
having tried.
lose, sir. You get nothing. Okay. And now Glane shuffles over to the rest of the party.
The
I
only
kicked
thing
the
you've
troll's
lost-
leg on the way away.
The only thing you've lost is everyone's respect for you.
Can't
And-
lose what you
well.
never had.
Yeah, what he said.
Am I allowed to try looting? No, I do not want. I'm kidding.
Good.
I do not want to loot.
I'm glad.
Trolls are not known for having anything.
You find a unique item. Disease. Poison.
I found this loincloth. I will wear it as a mask.
We're naming this unique disease after you. All right. All right. So, Serene, you gather together Torgan, Glane, and Lucia.
Mm-hmm. If George hobbles up, that's fine too.
Okay.
But
Yeah, George is optional.
we're gonna have a little meeting.
Little powwow.
Okay. So, what I've managed to determine so far is we probably have a current on. We have a disturbance at the spring. The spring sickness appears to be reaching this far south, which is a pretty big deal. Because if these trolls would not be native to this region, they would be much farther out in the Shattered Wastes. If it's this desperate and this far south, I mean, look at how it's dressed. It's prepared to be in a much colder climate than this. So, if it's wandered this far south, we have a really big problem ahead of us. And with what Sadia was rambling on about, like,
You can still actually hear her in the distance.
we're all very, very much like, there's something magically amiss here. I am pretty confident of that. There's definitely something abnormal affecting, this area. What exactly? We're not close enough for me to get a good read on, but we should. I think we're gonna have another, Ashen Lands type situation.
Lucia has a visible concern.
It's not gonna be like at the island or like in the forest.
Well, do you think we're already too late?
Contemplative silence. Looks over at the rambling tree lady. Looks at the troll.
trees.
And then just kind of opens up her little notebook and looks at kind of where they are relative to where they're planning to go and estimated travel times. And she's like, we're definitely not early, but there's really no such thing as too late.
Well, I'm not going to get any more sleep tonight. I think we need to do that thing where we fast travel.
I pop my shoulder and back into place.
Serene kind of takes a look at Glane, looks him over. She's like, do you need some bandages?
Oh no.
I'm used to it.
She just kind of shrugs.
Ultimately, all we really need, is the sigils, the runes inscribed in the stones. So, even if something has already happened, there's still something to be gained by pressing on.
There'll always be information to be gained, and if nothing else, just knowing where it is helpful. so we can make silly, haphazard map. My concern is that even if we have the missing sigils, most magic of this nature would probably have some kind of activation spell or incantation. And I feel like when we were at the spring in the Ashenlands, like something came over me. I feel like they was trying to tell me something, but I still can't understand. It's been haunting me since. I think I'm going to rest on the caravan for the next little while until morning. I need to meditate and think about some of this and look through my notes.
We understand.
I'll hop in the driver's
Go
seat of this thing.
team!
Meeting adjourned.
Okay, story question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do we know the answer to this or not? We're clearly heading to a place called Frosthaven. It's known to be cold, apparently.
Right.
Do we know, is it getting warmer or colder? Or do we know?
You do not know.
Climate change!
Yay!
Because I don't want to just suddenly run into a pit of lava. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I get you. I mean, if you want to know about, like, trends, you'd probably have to talk to some of the locals at Frosthaven.
That's fair.
You can go to her and get information out of Tree Lady.
I don't want to talk to Tree Lady. Tree Lady scares me.
The tree!
Tree Lady ate some mushrooms.
Tree Lady really is
realistically,
into trees.
probably, yeah.
I don't know if they're the good ones or the bad ones. I can't tell.
She's less into trees and more into leaves.
I see.
I think it's the mushrooms under the trees.
All right, so
Let's leave.
what do we think about Glane over here? Who was
He could use
ragdolled.
healing.
Deal with that in the morning? Sleep it
Are we
off?
traveling right now, or are we going to bed?
I mean, that's up to you guys. Like, I mean, right now it's still like night, but ultimately it doesn't make a difference.
Thorgan said he can't sleep, and Shireen's going to rest in the caravan no matter what it's doing.
Yeah. Well, Glane, it looks like it's up to you to heal yourself.
Oh no!
I offered. He said nah. Yeah, it's up to him.
We have the supplies. I mean,
You can do it.
You don't have fish rod anymore.
It's true.
Yeah.
You can get frostbite instead.
I'd like to... Let's start moving the caravan again.
Yeah, okay. The journey is undertaken.
I'll kind of, like, be holding the reins with one hand and kind of, like, wrapping bandages
Okay, so you're gonna go
around
for
one
it.
arm.
You're gonna go
I'm
for it.
trying to heal myself. Yeah, I'm going to go for it myself.
All right. Luckily, you have a good wits and iron score, so the fact that you're mending your own wounds does not penalize you at all. You actually are able to mend your own wounds just as well as you can mend anyone else's. And you've got some decent momentum in case of emergencies.
But not a 10.
Not a 10.
never
Or a
again.
9.
All right, here we go.
Or an 8.
Hey, that's a weak hit. By 1 point. It could have been a strong hit. Typical. All right, as above. Your care is helpful. Take or give up to 2 health, but you must suffer a supply or momentum. So that's going to be bringing you back up to 4 health. Supply or momentum.
Well, I did say I was using bandages to wrap up my arm, so I guess that's part of our supplies. Making a decision for the group.
There you go. Group decision made.
I would also like to see while I'm driving if I could have a little discussion with Tree Girl.
Oh, yes. She loves
Ooh.
to
We
talk.
could bring out that voice.
The dreaded 6th voice.
Yeah.
Forbidden voice.
Kind of
She's
summon her over.
She is kind of just, for the most part on the journey, she has been steadily just sitting on the back of one of the wagons and just staring out, quite motionlessly.
Ooh.
Hey, I've got a tree question. If you have a minute.
I have many minutes.
That's great. All right. So you said that the trees talk to you. Is that right?
There is an understanding between us.
Would I be wrong in assuming that the trees talk to each other?
That would be ridiculous.
That concludes my tree questions. Back where you were.
Does your foot converse with your elbow?
We're done here.
Are you mad? Are you a crazy person?
Yes.
Clutching my knife.
Ooh.
Are you going
I'd like you
solve
to
our
leave
extra
now.
rules
I
of
don't
tea?
feel comfortable around you.
I just turn and face the road and ignore her.
That didn't go well.
Good talk.
Good
I
talk.
could have really gone somewhere if that answer was different.
Perhaps. All right. Let's at least get some progress for tonight. Serene will undertake a journey for good roll. Hopefully. A weak hit, that is progress at the cost of supply. And that brings you guys to... where did... no. Yes. Wait. Yes. Location. Ooh. Wait, hang on. I need location descriptor. Why do you put it over there? Cold Fort. Ooh. Broken Fort. Broken Cold Fort. The ruins of an old fortress. And none of the travelers have really, they don't know anything about it, but it is a waypoint. This is kind of the, checking off on the journey. Yep, okay, yep, there's those old ruins. Yep, we're on the next phase.
Burger King.
Yep. We've made it. And you guys may be interested in what's in there. You may not be. We will check that out next time.
Yay!
Because we can't have another miss into an ogre fight. I'd say things went swimmingly considering how many misses.
I got fully healed, then almost died, then came back.
Yeah, basically that. That's kind of how it goes, isn't it?
Good game, everyone.
Good. The best game. Any outros from the crew?
I would like to promote something.
The first troll was a baby. What are you promoting?
On January 17th, Night Court returns with 2 back-to-back episodes on NBC. Check your local listings.
Dun-dun-dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's all.
All right. Turtle, you got anything going on?
I absolutely don't. I have nothing going on.
Oh my gosh, Turtle.
Thank you in chat. Thank you.
There it is. Well, that's different. Turtle,
Yes.
you had one roll.
Yeah, I kind of stayed out of this
You
one.
did. You really did.
You saw the way the dice were rolling.
Yeah, average challenge dice were kind of on the high side. Ugh.
9.
Aren't I red?
Okay, nothing but misses.
No. In the intro, you're green. You know what? A wiser man would have put names instead of colors, but here we are.
Maybe you could
Oh.
add some labels. That'd be great.
Someday,
Red is the
maybe.
fighter, and blue is the one that hangs the shadows, and green is the foresty.
Yeah,
that
the
makes
green is the
sense.
foresty one. Yeah. It's the same as the intro colors that you guys have. Torgan's driving the bus next time. There you go. I was looking to see if there's somebody we could raid in our circle, but of course you're all here.
Yumius is playing Binding of Isaac.
You know what? So is Mushu, but
Mushu has 277
he has,
people.
yeah. What is going
That's
on
a
over there?
lot.
Jeez.
Woof.
Mushu getting those big raids. He sent the leftovers of a big raid my way one time. That was still ridiculous. Let's see here.
The only other person on my thing that you might even know is Catmix. They're playing pinball.
Oh, do you dabble in the virtual pinball community? I know some people over there.
Dabble. Dabbles and dabble.
I dabble and dabble. It's true.
I like Sonic Spinball. Does that?
I mean, I
Let's
guess
raid
that's
Germ Dove and pressure him into doing something.
pressure germ dove. Peer pressure germ
Yeah.
dove.
Germ Dove.
Yay, nay.
Yay! I vote Germ Dove.
Peer
Raid
pressure
him off.
Al into doing a dabble creation stream.
He'll make 2 levels by accident.
Should someday. We're raiding Germ Dove,
Yay!
who is offline. Everyone who's here, thank you for coming. That's DobbsQuest for you. A lot of
I'm gonna go listen to
Dice.
the intro again.
failing. It's the best. Hope you all enjoyed. Stream tomorrow will likely be Minecraft, so look forward to that.
I've cooked up some real fancy things on our.
You sure
Minecraft.
have. Just in time for us to start moving to a new location. Germdub went live. Let's go say hi. Yes, we did it. We did it, everybody.
Peer pressure.
Good night, and thank you for stopping in. We'll see you next
See you next week.
time.